Once upon a time in a quiet little town, there was a small cafe called the Morning Cup. It sat at the corner of a busy street, filled with the smell of fresh coffee and the soft sound of jazz music playing in the background.
The walls were warm yellow, and the windows always let in sunlight. Good morning at 8 o'clock, an old man named Mr. Howard sat at the same table by the window. He wore a brown hat, a navy coat, and always brought a small notebook with him. He didn't say much to the staff, but he smiled kindly at everyone who passed by. One day a young man named Rami walked in. He looked tired, worn down. He had messy hair, an old backpack, and clothes that hadn't been wasted in days. He had just lost his job, no money, no direction. He ordered the cheapest coffee on the menu and sat in the corner. He didn't know that day would change his life. Mr. Howard noticed him. After a few minutes the old man stood up, walked over and asked, "Mind if I join you?" Rami looked up, surprised. "Sure, Mr. Howard sat down and smiled. "First time I walked in here I was broke too." Rami raised his eyebrows. "You?" The old man nodded. "Lost my company, lost my family for a while too, but I found something better." Rami didn't say anything. Mr. Howard pulled out his notebook and tapped it with a finger. "This. It's not a diary. It's my book of regrets." That caught Rami's attention. "What do you mean?" Mr. Howard leaned back. "Every day I write down something I wish I'd done differently. Then I try to turn it into advice for someone younger." Rami sipped his coffee. "You don't even know me," he said. "I don't have to, Mr. Howard replied. "Mistakes speak the same language." Rami smiled. The first time in weeks, the next day Rami came back. And the next, and the next. Every morning Mr. Howard shared a new story from his past. One day he said, "I once fired a guy because he disagreed with me. I thought being right was more important than learning. That business collapsed a year later." Lesson: surround yourself with people who challenge you. The day he said, "I waited too long to start something to my own. I kept saying, one day, but one day never comes unless you chase it." Each story was short, honest, sometimes funny, sometimes sad, and slowly something inside Rami began to shift. He started writing in his own notebook, not regrets, but ideas. He thought about what he loved, what he was good at. He had always enjoyed fixing things, bikes, phones, even broken chairs. And one morning, as the cafe filled with the usual morning noise, he asked Mr. Howard, "What if I start my own service? Fixing things, house to house. Nothing big, just me and my tools." Mr. Howard smiled. "That's how I started too. One tool, one customer, one risk. I am an audit." That afternoon, he printed a few flyers and posted them around the neighborhood. The next day, he got his first call. A woman needed help fixing her leaky kitchen sink. It wasn't easy, but he did it, and she paid him with cash and a smile. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Day 1, one fix, one win."
He came back to the cafe the next morning, holding a pastry and a coffee. "For you," he said, handing it to Mr. Howard. The old man took it, surprised. "You didn't have to." "I know," Rami said, "but you helped me believe again."
Week passed, then months. Ram's small service grew, more calls, more clients. He saved money. He moved into a better place, bought better tools, and through it all, he never missed his morning coffee. Every day, he met with Mr. Howard, and every day, the old man shared a little more of his past. "I once lied to impress someone," he said one day. "She found out, I lost her trust." Lesson: be real, even if you're not impressive, be honest. Rami wrote that one down. "Good morning, Mr. Howard said quietly. "I missed my son's first concert. I thought work was more important." He forgave me, but I never forgave myself. Lesson: be present. People forget what you say, but not how you made them feel. That one stayed with Rami for days. Then one morning, Rami came to the cafe. And Mr. Howard wasn't there. He waited, checked the time, looked around, nothing. The next day, still no Mr. Howard. On the third day, Rami asked the barista. She gave him an envelope. "He left this for you." Rami opened it carefully. Inside was a letter. It said, "Dear Rami, if you're reading this, it means my time at the table has ended. But I want you to know something. You were the student I had been hoping for. You listened, you learned. And now you will teach others, too. Keep building, keep writing, and please have coffee with someone who looks lost, because you never know who they'll become. With respect and pride, Mr. Howard." Rami sat there in silence, the letter in his hands. Then he smiled. The next morning, he brought 2 cups of coffee. And waited. Eventually, a young man walked in.
Nervous, alone, Rami stood and asked, "Mind if I join you?" The young man looked up. "Sure, I guess." Rami smiled. "I've got a story for you." Now, dear listener, what did this story teach us?
It taught us that wisdom doesn't always come from books or to schools. Sometimes it's shared across a table with a warm cup of coffee. That the right words at the right time can build a future, and that we grow stronger when we turn lessons into kindness for others. If this story touched your heart or helped you learn English today, please like, share, subscribe to our channel.